Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit. I'm very glad that you're joining me this evening for our Puja and Satsang. And tonight we will be honoring Ma Ganga, the goddess and river, the holiest river, in fact, in India. And I'd like to say namaste to Bryce. Thank you for joining me, and anybody else who's tuning in right now. So I'd like to start out with a couple of announcements. So first, this coming Tuesday at 7 o'clock, I'll be doing a special meditation called Jyoti Atman. This is an Ayurvedic healing meditation. And then next Friday at 7 o'clock, I'll be doing our monthly Yoga Nidra meditation. We'll be doing a Devi Puja along with that. Both of those will be 7 p.m. on YouTube. So I'd like to start by reading a short article called Ma Ganga is More Than a River. She is a Goddess. This is from HinduAmerica.org, and I think this is a great way to start our satsang. Her source. She is the lifeblood of India's heartland, flowing 1,680 miles from Galmuk in the Gangotri Glacier to the Bay of Bengal, ever in motion, like a young woman anxious to meet her beloved. And namaste to Kaylee as well. It is believed that she was cajoled to descend from the heavens, where she is known as Mandakini to earth, by the intense efforts of the sage Bhagiratta. Bhagiratta's ancestors had infuriated the sage Kapila, who had reduced them all to ashes. Without the performance of their funeral rites, Bhagiratta's ancestors were denied their place in the realms of those who have passed from this manifested world. The only way to achieve this was to have their ashes washed by the flow of Ganga. Satisfied with Bhagiratta's penance, Ganga appeared before him and asked him what he wanted. He asked that she come down to earth and bless his ancestors. She responded that the force of her descent would plunge her from the heavens through the earth and into the netherworld. The only one who could control her flow was Lord Shiva. Bhagiratta prayed to Lord Shiva, who agreed to hold Ganga in his matted locks and release her with reduced force. Ganga became proud that she had to be controlled by Lord Shiva. Shiva imprisoned her in his locks, helpless. Bhagiratta approached Lord Shiva again, and he released her. Bhagiratta started to lead her to the ashes of his ancestors. On the way, her flow disturbed the peace of the sage Jnanu, who absorbed her into his kamandalu, his water pot. It took Bhagiratta's entreaties to release her again, as Janavi, the daughter of Janu, had. And the story is the story of her descent. So she flows through the northern part of India, and she has many sources. I myself have been lucky enough to bathe in her on 3 occasions. The first time was in 2006 in the holy city of Varanasi, believed by many to be the holiest city in Hinduism. And there is a strong desire to have one's ashes interred in the river. Actually, when I was in Varanasi, I talked to one of the burning ghat keepers, and he said that there were 3 things with Varanasi and Ganga. The best option was to go in your lifetime and bathe in her, which is what I did. Second best option would be to have your body brought to Varanasi, cremated there, and the ashes scattered in the river. And then the third best option would be to have your body cremated wherever you are and have the ashes brought to the river. And I myself have bathed in Varanasi. I've also bathed in the Bay of Bengal, where Ma Ganga meets the sea. And then I've also been lucky enough to bathe in the Koshi River in eastern Nepal. This is a river that runs from the glaciers around Mount Everest and joins with Ma Ganga as well. So I've bathed at the source, at her holiest place, and where she meets the sea. Probably not a lot of Westerners who can claim that. Anyway, on with our article. On earth, she enraptured King Shantanu, the king of Hastinapura in the Mahabharata, the great-grandfather of the Pandava brothers. He asked her to marry him, and she agreed, but on one condition: he could never question her actions. Besotted, Shantanu agreed, and their first son was born. Ganga drowned the child in the river. This repeated 6 more times, and each time she put the child in the water. Shantanu watched helplessly. When Ganga was going to drown their 8th child, Shantanu could not restrain himself. He questioned her. Ganga told him the curse of the sage Vasista on the 8 Vajus, who had been born as humans and released from their birth within the first year of their lives. She was merely releasing them from their curse. Their 8th child was ensured a long life, but never to have a wife or progeny. Ganga said she would take him with her to the heavens and train him in the tradition of being a king. Shantanu was devastated to watch Ganga take his 8th son and leave. Shantanu committed himself to serving his kingdom. One day, while walking on the banks of his beloved Ganga, he saw a handsome young boy. He didn't recognize the child as his own son. The child recognized his father and, using his power of illusion, disappeared. Realizing the child could be his son, Shantanu called upon Ma Ganga to reveal herself and his child, and the child's name was Devavrata. Devavrata was established as the heir apparent, and Shantanu was overjoyed until he became enraptured again. He was drawn by a powerful scent, this time on Shantanu, and Satyavati went to have 2 sons, and his 2 sons were Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. Chitrangada was killed when Shantanu was still alive, but Vichitravirya ascended the throne after his father's passing and ruled with the help of his stepbrother, Bhishma. A little bit about her symbolism. So, if you can control the descent of your thoughts themselves, the result of many actions in our past, and then regulate their flow through our present lives with the blessings of the divine and led by the learned, then too can watch our full potential blossom as we move from our source to the eternal ocean of liberation. That is Ganga's story. Her festivals and her worship. It is believed that a dip of her holy waters destroys the sins of her devotees and frees them from the cycle of rebirth. From Galmuk to the mouth of the Ganga, she merges with the ocean. Devotees seek to take a bath in her waters. And I myself, when I bathed in the mouth of Ma Ganga, it was on Sagar Island, which was the island of Shiva. and it was on a night with a full moon shining through some thin clouds. Some places along her banks have taken an additional spiritual significance, such as Galmuk, Gangotri, Uttakashi, Rishikesh, Haridwar, Prayagraj, Varanasi, which I mentioned, Patna, and Kolkata. Devotees undertake to walk various lengths of her banks, including to her source. Galmuk, to bathe in the icy waters, they balance 2 pots of her water on their shoulders, and they walk back to their homes. The Kavadyas walk barefoot through her rugged terrain, carried along by their faith and devotion. Her most celebrated festival is the Kumbh Mela, which takes place at 2 places on the Ganga, Haridwar and Prayagraj, as well as the cities of Ujjain and Nashik. The day and the location are established by the position of the planetary positions in various months in the 12-year cycle. Devout Hindu families keep a sealed pot of Ganga water in their homes. At the time of death, it is tradition that the family members place a few drops of Ganga water, Ganga Jal, in the mouth of the departing. Jai Ma Ganga. And so when we look on our altar, I have a pot, copper pot of Ganga water with her image on the top. And she's with a piece of driftwood that looks very much like a crocodile. I'll bring that a little bit closer to the camera, and you can see. So when we look at an image of Ma Ganga, this is one more contemporary painting, but we see that a lot of associations with Shiva. She's holding a small Shiva lingam and a trident, and she's holding a pot of her holy water, and she's giving the mudra, dispelling fear. Her crown also looks very much like a water pot. Her dress is either pink like a lotus or red, the color of Shakti. She is sitting upon a lotus of purity and wisdom, and her vehicle is a crocodile. So, if anybody's ever been to India and seen Ma Ganga, I'll just say it is not the cleanest water on earth, especially with things like cremains being deposited in her. And one thing I will say, though, bathing in her is definitely a cleansing of the soul. And just as she flows through India, carrying away many forms of waste, so she is the power of the divine to carry away our sins and our impurities and those things that hold us back from expressing our full potential. So in our puja today, we'll be doing our usual cleansing and invocations. Our puja mantra will be Om Sri Gangaya Namaha. We will then give our customary 5 offerings. We will light our camphor flame, do a short arati, and then kindle the flame. And then, while the flame is burning, I will be reciting the Ganga Stotram, the hymn to Ma Ganga, in both Sanskrit and in English, while I give samagri to our fire. And then we'll do a short meditation on the fire. And let's see, Kaylee, I'm glad you're enjoying all the sights of our altar. So I invite you to find a comfortable position, looking upon your screen with a relaxed gaze. Maybe looking upon my Ganga and her crocodile. Take some breaths to prepare for our sadhana. And let your breath be like Ma Ganga, carrying away the disruptions, carrying away those thoughts of past and future, and just letting you focus on that pure place, which is the present moment. And then focusing on your heart center, think of something that is ready, that you highly wish would be washed away. Old habits, attitudes that no longer work for you, afflictions on a physical, mental, or spiritual level. Think of that one item in your life that is ready to be washed away, to be cleansed. And silently ask for Ma Ganga to carry that away during our puja and our meditation. So bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center, let's open our practice by chanting Om 3 times. Inhale. Inhale. More inhalation. Inhale and exhale. Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavistam Gitopiva Yashmade Pundarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi Om Shuklambaranam Vishnum Sashivanam Shatubhijam Prasanavaranam Dayat Savadhignopasantaye Jai Ganesha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshvara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guru Ve Namah. Jai Guru. Om Trayambakam Yajamaye Sagandim Pushtivardhanam Odvarukameva bandhanan mrityur mukshyamamrita. Om Namah Shivaya. Devi prapanote hare prasida. Prasida matara jagata kilasya. Prasida vishvesvada pe vishvam. Tvami shura devi. Chachara charasya. Jema Devi. Om Tripata Garmini Vidmahe Rudrapatye Dimai Tano Ganga Prachodayat. Jema Ganga. Om Sri Gangaye Namah. 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 Jema Ganga. Kapuragodam karunavataram samsarasaram bhujagendraharam sada santam ritayadavinde Vivam Bivani Saitam Namami. Devi Prapanote Hare Prasida. Prasida Matara Jagata Kilasya. Prasida Vishvesvada Pe Vishvam. Tvami Shora Devi. Chachara Charasya. Om Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha. Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha. Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Svaha. And now the Ganga Stotram in Sanskrit and in English. Devi Sureshvari Bhagavate Gange Tribhuvana Tarani Tarala Tarange Shangara Mule Virharani Vimale Mama Mati Rastatam Tavapada Kamale. We bow to you, Goddess Ganga, the supreme deity of the Devas, the ultimate goddess, savior of the three worlds, who is pure and restless with her waves. O one who resides and flows from Lord Shiva's head, the pure one, let our minds always remain on your lotus-like feet. Bhagirate Shukadayani Mata Tava Yala Mahima Nigma Karatya Nahamyane Tava Mahimana Pai Krupamai Mahajnanam. O Bhagirati, the mother who bestows happiness to everyone, whose water's significance is praised by the Vedas. We are ignorant, who are not capable of knowing your importance, O merciful one. Despite this, please protect us. Hari Pradapadya Tarangini Ganga Hima Vidu Mukta Dvala Tarmagri Dorikuru Mama Dokhuskriti Param Guru Krupaya Bhava Sagara Param. The one whose waves touch the feet of Lord Hari, whose waves resemble that of white snow, moon, and pearl. Please lift our burdens caused due to evil deeds, and may your mercy please help us cross the ocean of samsara. Tava jala mamalamnyana niptam parama padyam kalotana gruhitam matargange tvayo bhaktata kilatam drashtum nayama shaktata. Those who take your holy water will indeed attain the supreme abode. O goddess Ganga, even Yama's power of glance will not affect that devotee. Patitodharani Janave Ganga Kandita Girvara Madita Bhagye Bhishma Nyanehe Munvara Kanye Patita Nirvani Tribhuvana Danye. The one who uplifts her devotees to the path of righteousness, daughter of the sage Jnanu, goddess Ganga, who meanders through the mountains and circles them, the mother of Bhishma, the boon of the sage, one who removes sins from the people who have fallen out of the path, the one revered in the three worlds. Kalpa lahamiva paladham loke pranmate yashvam napete shoke palavara viharani gange vimukha yuvrate kutra talapange. She who rewards the worlds, who rewards those who bow before you in true devotion and will never fall to grief. The one who flows great, the beautiful, smiling woman who remains restless and flowing with side glances like a young maiden. Tavachen mata siroha satana punarape nyare sopena jataha naraka nirvani janave ganga kalushya vinashini mahimot tunge. Those who pray and bathe in your holy waters do not have to take birth again, the one who eliminates the misery of hell, daughter of Muninyanu, Goddess Ganga, you are the destroyer of sins and the best among the glorious ones. Purharanasadange punya, taranga jaya jaya janave, karuna pange, indra mukta manera jita, karane shukade shupade, prita saranye. The one who makes the impure ones pure again with your holy waves. Victory to you, O Janavi, the compassionate one, the ones whose feet are lustring with the reflections of the gems present on Indra's crown, the bestower of joy and auspiciousness, to one who seeks refuge. Rogam shokam tapam para papam harame bhagavate komate kalapam tribhuvanasare vasuda hare tvamasti gatirmama kalo samsare. Please remove our illnesses, our sorrows, our afflictions and sins. O Devi Bhagavati, also, please remove our wrong thoughts from our minds. The one who is the essence of the three worlds, who is like a jewel to the earth, who is indeed our refuge in the worldly existence known as samsara, the cycle of suffering. Alakanade parmadane kuru karunmai tatada vandye Tavatata nekate yasya nivasaha kalo kurte tasya nivasyaha. O Ganga, the embodied form of great joy, we bow to you. Be pleased on us, O merciful one, those who live in the abode of you on the banks of the river Ganga. It is equivalent to living in the most holy of realms. It is better to live as a turtle or a fish in your waters, or even as a withered lizard living on your riverbank, or even be slow-living, unclean person living near you on the banks. But let us not live far away from you, even as a king. Bo Bhuvaneshwari Punye Daine Devi Dvamari Munevare Kanye Gangastavam Imam Mahalam Nityam Parate Naroyahasa Jayante Satyam. O goddess of the world, Bhuvaneshwari, virtuous and blissful, the goddess who is in the form of water, the boon of sages, we bow to you. The one who recites the Ganga Stotram will understand the truth of salvation and will become the truth. Yesham Heradya Ganga Bhakti Stesyam Bhagavati Sadashuka Mukti Madhura Mohadhara Pajat Kabi Paramandanakara Lalitabhya. One who fills his heart with devotion to the goddess Ganga will be bestowed always with the joy of salvation. The sweet and enchanting stotram in the meter of music is the embodiment of great joy. Ganga stotram midam bhavasaram vanchita paladam vimalam saram Shankara sevaka sankara rachitam bhattate shuke stevi iti pa Chasamata Pata. This Ganga stotram is the pure essence of existence and bestows all of your wishful desires. This blissful stotram composed by the sages, the servant of Lord Shankara, Lord Shiva, brings joy to the receiver, and this hymn ends here. Jaya Jaya Ganga Jaya Hara Gange. Jaya Jaya Gange 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 Jaya Hara Gange. I invite you now to look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze, meditating on our fires. Imagine the fire as being like the fire of the burning ghats at Varanasi, which by tradition have been continually burning for the last 3,000 years. Focus upon the fire and offer those things that you are ready to let go of. And in return, in the light and warmth of our fire, receive the blessings of both Ma Ganga and Lord Shiva. Jai Ma Ganga. Jai Ma Ganga. Jai Ma Ganga. Jai Ma Ganga Devi. Namah. Om Tripata Gamini Vidmae Rudra Patanye Dimai Tano Ganga Prachodayat. I invite you to bring the palms of your hands to heart center. Om Sarvamangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadake Sadanye Trambake Gange Narayanye Namostute. Om Sana Vavatu Sanao Bunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Devi. Jai Ma Gange. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening. Hope you enjoyed our Puja and Satsang. Have a wonderful night, a wonderful few days ahead, and I look forward to you joining us for our healing meditation on Tuesday. Till then, Jai Ma, Namaste. And once again, thank you so very much.